The verdict delivered today in the unlawful sex case of Joseph Foulkes. The 51-year-old father was on trial for having sex with a 12-year-old girl 2 years ago. Fern Carey was in court when the verdict was read.
Jurors deliberated for more than 3 hours, and when they returned to court, they determined by a count of 7-2 that 51-year-old Joseph Foulkes was guilty of having unlawful sex with a 12-year-old girl he knew 2 years ago. Foulkes, the son of former Governor General Sir Arthur Foulkes, appeared unemotional as the verdict was read. At the same time, the victim rested her head on her mother's shoulder and cried briefly as her mother hugged her. When asked by Justice Stephen Isaacs if he wanted to address the court, Foulkes' attorney, Bernard Ferguson, said, among other things, it was difficult making remarks at that time, especially if the defendant believed they did nothing wrong and would be vindicated. Calling it a very sad day, Ferguson said he respected the jury system and the jury's verdict. Foulkes was facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. However, Justice Stephen Isaacs sentenced him to 10 years behind bars instead, after explaining that he believed life behind bars was reserved for a repeat offender, even though Foulkes has a previous conviction for an unrelated matter. He also noted that the crime was an isolated, unfortunate incident. The judge also indicated that it was a sad case, as Foulkes is a married man with a child.
Now, Foulkes is expected to appeal that sentence, and he indicated as much in court. Fern Carey, 7 Network News.